for instance, you've predicted about in Australia. You were the only one in the world to predict about the Prime Minister.
I have to say, that was hilarious. It's the same as with Macron. I predict Macron. They flew me over to Paris, put me on this telly show. I did the prediction. They were, oh yeah, well, and I could see they were wetting themselves laughing, and that was fine. And then the results came in. And the email from the producer who asked me to go back on and said, "You bloody beaut, Jemima. Can we have you back tomorrow?" So my name is Jemima Packington. I'm the world's only Asparamancer. And that means I actually make predictions using the good old asparagus. I was about 8 or 9, and I hate to be a purist, but we used to eat asparagus with our fingers because that's the way we were brought up. And it was always very buttery. We didn't use hollandaise sauce, just a big butter. And some slipped through my fingers, and they went on the floor. And we were sitting around the kitchen table, and I came out with a very precocious remark. And my mother and father sort of went, and nothing was said at the time, but it was later they said, well, you do realise you had an aunt who read tea leaves. And as soon as that happened with asparagus, we thought, well, maybe you've inherited the gift. From there, it just went on and on and on. I take a round of asparagus, which is, for you and me, a bunch of asparagus, and then you would cast them onto a flat surface, and they will make patterns, and I will interpret those patterns into predictions from whoever has cast the asparagus. Are we ready?
Yes.
Oh, one.
Oh, what
one
does
on
that
the
mean?
floor. Oh, that means celebrations.
Oh, okay.
That means celebrations. It may sound silly, but I have lots of people, you appear on radio and telly and things like that, and they say,
Does it work with celery?
so if you try to do it with a butternut squash, you're in big trouble. It explodes. If you try to do it with broccoli, you get bits everywhere. Cauliflower is the same. So although we tried it, the fact remains that asparagus, it's a good, sturdy, earthy vegetable, which I think is very important. It comes from the earth. And that's why it works for me. One lady came up to me and said, I saw you last year, you did a reading for me, you told me that a friendship, there would be a break, but as one door closed, another opened, and she said, my husband left me. But she said, I was actually so relieved he did. I've been able to get on with my life, so thank you. And I didn't know her from Adam. She's just a member of the public, walked up, and that was it.
What would you say to people who think that casting predictions through more mystical methods is outdated?
People can be very unkind. For every person who says that, I feel that there is a fear behind that person, that they are scared of knowing. So if you're scared of knowing, you will mock and you will scorn, because it's a way of dealing with it. But there are people that are well known within the media that wouldn't even talk to me. I was asked to go on a particular television show where there was if you like, a double act. And I was asked, would I do a reading for them? And one just got up and walked out and said, I don't want one. No, just not having it. You've got to not take that to heart. You have to accept that that is that person's right not to. But sometimes, you do get that and you think, oh dear. But hey, onwards and upwards.
Why do you do it?
I don't know. I just do. I didn't find it, it found me. I always say, if you're given a gift, share it. And that's it. And for as long as I can, I will.
what do you hope you'll be remembered for?
If I can make people smile, I'm happy with that. You know, if my epitaph said she was the world's only Asparamancer, and boy, did that give us a giggle, I wouldn't be unhappy with that. Because, as I say, I take what I do seriously. I don't take myself seriously. And if you make someone happy because you're making them smile, that can't be a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, then, once you've cast the asparagus, you just wash it off, chop the ends off, whack it in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then cover it with butter, and there's your supper. Serve it with a bit of bacon. Hey, I can give you so many recipes. It's ridiculous.
So would you be able to do a prediction for me?
Yes.
Now, the huge group of spears that you can see on your, this is really interesting. You are a great leader of men. People look to you. And not only do you work well with a team, but you can step up to the plate and take charge when the need arises. And I'm sure you're already thinking, oh gosh, yes. But it's true, it's there. So if the asparagus says it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Okay. So yeah, thank you.
You're speechless.
Yeah.
Bobby Bright Eyes Johnson, you are speechless. Good. I'm so pleased about that.